Hi, everybody. Let's go ahead and get started. Thanks so much for joining us today. My name is Christy Funk, and it's my privilege to welcome you to the Startup NASA Feature Series. This series is hosted by NASA's Tech Transfer Expansion Program, where we do just that. We expand upon the mission of tech transfer to ensure that innovations developed for exploration and discovery are broadly available to the public. And we do this with a focus on entrepreneurial innovation to accelerate commercialization and new venture creation. Our monthly startup series is an opportunity for companies to share their experiences of launching their NASA technology based businesses. And today we're going to hear from Simpli-Fi Automation. So thanks again for joining. And it's now my pleasure to introduce today's speaker, Chris Campbell, and launch a video and allow Chris to share his story.
Welcome to the future of telehealth. Introducing Provectus, advanced telehealth diagnostic tool. The Provectus was designed to provide deep space astronauts with comprehensive medical diagnostics while on long-term missions. The core of this technology is a unique single-wall carbon nanotube sensor chip that can detect molecular compounds in exhaled breath. These chemical building blocks make up specific health biomarkers that the sensor can detect and quantify. It has widely been accepted that every disease or biological condition has a specific breath-borne chemical biomarker associated with it. The Provectus sensor can detect and identify virtually any known biomarker carried on the breath. The sensor system deployed on the Provectus medical diagnostic device rival that of any modern doctor's office. In the device is an array SWCNT chip biometric sensor. A comprehensive medical diagnostic is generated by utilizing a proprietary deep belief network artificial intelligence algorithm to analyze the compiled MEMS and the SWCNT sensor array data. The purpose is to render a reliable medical diagnosis and treatment recommendation. The result is a cost-effective telemedicine diagnostic tool that can be used on a PC with a physician, as a standalone device, or as a Bluetooth home care kit for the elderly or the immobile. Other applications for the Provectus medical diagnostic device are protecting soldiers on military deployment, enabling first responders to make more informed field diagnostics, providing healthcare to rural and underserved populations, reducing network healthcare cost, providing safety to people in extreme working conditions, and many more. In this video, we are going to demonstrate the use and best practices of the Provectus medical diagnostic device. We will explore the different assessment options and their results. Let's begin our journey into the next chapter of telehealth.
Welcome, everybody. My name is Chris Campbell, CEO and founder of Simpli-Fi Automation. Today is a really exciting day for the team at Simpli-Fi Automation, along with all of our research collaborators and development partners. This project represents decades of investment and resources into the NASA R&D ecosystem, as well as countless hours from a worldwide team of research scientists, engineers, chemists, and biologists. Today, we're going to provide a glimpse into the advantages of the NASA Technology Transfer Program and how it can empower startups like Simpli-Fi Automation to deliver substantially beneficial technologies to the world. But before we do that, I want us to engage our imaginations for a second. Think first of all the benefits technology has given us as it was endowed with the senses. It first had the sense of sight, the digital camera. Every one of us has one of those on their phone in our pockets right now. The sense of hearing, the digital microphone. The sense of touch by capacitive touch sensors. But what about the sense of smell? And even more so, the sense of taste. So let's think about some of the capabilities associated with smell. So we're all aware of how powerful a dog's sense of smell is. It's common understanding that the olfactory receptors in a dog's nose are 10,000 to 100,000 times more accurate or acute than humans. These sensory receptors are very, very powerful applications. One example is that a dog trained can detect cancer on a patient's breath. In fact, a recent study demonstrated that trained dogs can detect cancer with up to 97.6% accuracy. That's clinically relevant. Man's best friend does this by smelling changes in the over 3,000 chemicals that are being exhausted from your breath. The key is the human body is one of the universe's greatest chemistry labs. Every function in the body has a chemical cause and a chemical reaction. Our lungs are the exhaust system of this chemical lab. So let's ask a question. What if there was a technology that could be developed that is 1,000 times more sensitive than even the most sensitive dog's nose? Now imagine if that power of smell was coupled with artificial intelligence. Applications are pretty staggering here. So let's explore some of the key areas in which these technologies could have a positive impact on humanity. The first is healthcare. So the healthcare system worldwide faces many challenges in providing affordable care to everyone. Even in the US, one of the most developed countries in the world, there are over 133 million Americans, that's 40% of the population, that suffer from at least one chronic disease. But only 8% of American citizens receive all of the early screening that's required or recommended. Up to 25% of the US citizens receive absolutely no early screening. Um, and that's even when they're covered by insurance. So that's a major problem here. The lack of regular screening costs the US over $55 billion annually, as well as a dramatic decrease in productivity, as well as decrease in quality of life. The negative impact on society as a whole is monumental. Another area where this sensor technology could be applied is in health and fitness. Um, Namely, peak human performance is achieved when all metabolic systems are functioning properly. Very simply stated, uh, you can only improve what you can measure. So not having the ability to proficiently or efficiently qualify those metabolic patterns gives us a disadvantage. So athletes face these variety of challenges in maximizing their human performance. And some things that they need to know are what is the level of oxidative stress? What's their digestive health? How is their body converting the food or energy they're putting in into the energy and resources to provide a maximum human performance? Other areas are pH level, hydration, fatigue levels. These are all things that athletes would need to know to truly maximize their human performance. And this type of data is very, very difficult to acquire. It usually requires visiting a elite athletic training lab that has associated with it all the machines and equipment to gather this type of data. So for the average citizen, it's not something you can achieve. So because of this inability to get that information, the results are a one size fits all approach to nutrition. Whereas we're all unique individuals with our own unique chemistries. And in order to effectively change those metrics, we need to know what the unique individual chemistry is of the person being trained. So let's now talk about how the technology Simpli-Fi has licensed from NASA can empower these very things that we are now imagining. So I want to introduce to you first, and we're really excited about this, Prevectus. Um, Prevectus is a artificial intelligence powered olfactory sensor chip that gives artificial intelligence the sense of smell. The sensor represents a quantum leap forward in portable analytic chemistry. The sensor is designed to be a miniature alternative to the gold standard of analytic chemistry, which is gas chromatography and mass spectrometry, known as GCMS. For our sensor is an array of 32 microscopic carbon nanotube chemiresistive sensors. The Prevectus sensor can provide real-time chemical analysis of a variety of volatile organic compounds, including alkynes, ketones, alcohols, aromatics, and amines. The ability to identify and quantify chemicals such as acetone, ammonia, pentane, methane, and a full spectrum of others offers the sensor the ability to map the chemical compounds in our breath. And that's the fundamental baseline of a breath biomarker. So the foremost application for this technology is in analyzing human breath. The sensor can map or identify smell prints in a human's breath. These smell impressions are referred to as breath biomarkers. So currently, GCMS is used around the world to study breath biomarkers, and that area of study is called breathalytics. There have been over 162 diseases that have been validated using breath biomarkers. And the Prevectus sensor is designed to provide a miniaturized version of that technology. For those who are unfamiliar with gas chromatography and mass spectrometry, these are very, very large pieces of equipment that need a house in a lab. It's not something that can usually be at a point of care or in a clinic. It's usually regulated to a specific chemical lab. And our sensor chip allows that large piece of equipment to be brought down to a sensor that's less than the size of a dime. And that brings us to the device that we've created with this sensor technology. And it's the Prevectus telehealth monitoring device. This technology combines the revolutionary NASA ENOS technology with a series of onboard biometric sensors. This creates a monitoring platform that's easy to use, cost-effective, and accurate. We discovered that biomarkers from well-established technologies such as pulse oximeters, temperature sensor, ECG sensor could be combined to create an accuracy of up to 98%. Again, we've reached that clinical relevance when we hit those numbers. And that's for early diagnosis. This system is designed to detect these chemicals before the person's become symptomatic. And these combined technologies in this cost-effective handheld platform constitute that lower cost continuous care that we designed into this product. So let's talk about how the Prevectus device can empower healthcare, and namely telehealth care. So our focus and vision for this product is as an early introduction to the system. It's a way for early monitoring and continuous monitoring of the chemicals that are created when these disease states happen. So this platform is specifically designed to be a canary in the coal mine. It's engineered to monitor daily changes in body chemistry and provide early warning when those chemistries are trending towards a disease state. The platform is designed to provide continuous monitoring and catch changes in chemistry before the user becomes symptomatic. By providing early notification, users can quickly receive the clinical medical attention they need to prevent the full-blown disease onset. The system is not designed to replace blood testing or comprehensive metabolic panels. I want to be very, very clear about that. That was never its intent. Its design is to prompt users to get comprehensive screening with intelligence before the imbalance turns into a chronic disease. So this is all about preventative care. It's monitoring your chemistry so that you can detect beforehand using predictive analytics on what the potential of you developing that disease into full status. So another very powerful area that Prevectus will operate in, and in fact, this is going to be our beachhead market, the one that we're going to release the product in first, is in fitness. It's in increasing human performance. And we do that by measuring key gases in the breath, like acetone, pentane, methane, and a list of others that give us biomarkers onto individual function of metabolic processes. And with that, I say, thank you for helping us get here. We're one step closer to really achieving our dream, which is providing the future of healthcare.